Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome back to some more math. We are skipping lesson 11-2 today, so if you're opening up your math books, please open up to page 649. 649 is lesson 11-3, and the reason we're skipping lesson 2 is because lesson 2 does subtraction using an open number line. Lesson 3 does addition and subtraction using open number line, so it's probably good that we look at both ways because you're supposed to be able to do both. And I will tell you that I was already working on one of these problems and found an error that I made myself. So you're going to make mistakes along the way, which is another reason why this method isn't one of my favorites, because there are multiple steps to it, but I still need you to know how to do it in case one of the problems asks you to do it this way. So that being said, let's look at the problem. 649. There are 224 girls and some boys in a parade. There are 471 children in the parade. How many boys are in the parade? Use an open number line to solve the problem. Show your work. So you can use an open number line for this way and count up to the number, or you can start with the biggest number and subtract using the open number line concept. If you use the open number line and you are counting up, you need to start your number line with the number 224. So let me write that up. All right, here's your number 224. And we are going to go all the way up to the number of kids that are in the parade, which is 471. I'm just going to write that up here because sometimes my jumps tend to be a little bit big and then I don't want to run out of room. Okay, so we need to start jumping and we can add to get to this number. So let's start. Can we add a 100 to this number? Let's add 100. If I make a big 100 jump from 224 and I'm adding a 100, I will have the number 324. You see where all those lessons come in handy where we were just adding tens and hundreds? This is why you need to know that, okay? Can I add another 100 without going over that number, 471? I can. Plus 100 would equal 424. Okay? I am getting closer to my number though, right? I'm getting closer to that 471. If I added another 100 right now, it would give me 524, and that is over this number. So now I need to start with my tens. If I add a 10 to this number, I will get 434. I'm still not to this number though, so I have to keep going. Add another 10. I am at 444. I still need to add a 10, don't I? 454. I'm really glad. I need to extend that line. Now what? Still a 10. $464. Can I stop? I'm almost there though. But if I add another 10 here, I'm going to be over this number. So how many more can I jump? What's my add now? From 464 to 471. How can I get to the next 10? So remember when we were trying to figure out what number makes 10. This is another reason why that review is so important, okay? Makes this a much easier and faster process. So if I add a 6 here, this will give me 470, and I'm so close. Now I can add a 1, and I'm at the end there. Now I'm at 471. That's the number that I wanted to get to, but I still haven't answered my question. So what I need to know is how many boys are at the parade. Okay, we had our girl number, we had the total number, and we were looking for the number of boys. In order to get the number of boys, I need to look at my answer that's right here. It's on top of the jumps. 100 plus 100 is 200. 10, 20, 30, 40. And now my ones, 7. So that means that there are 247 boys in the parade. The other way that you can do this problem is by using subtraction. You would put your biggest number at the end, the total number, and then you would work your way backwards using subtraction. So if you are going to start at 471 and go down to 224 and look for the number of boys, you would start subtracting a 100 from that number and just work your way down the number line. It would go the same way that you did it this way, only you're subtracting instead of adding. I have found that a lot of kids are much better at their adding fluency than their subtraction fluency. So if you're one of those kids whose brain works better when you're adding, then certainly add up the number line instead of subtracting, okay? You're gonna work your way through this lesson today, 11-3, to add or subtract on the number line. Please don't do all of the problems, but you will find, because sometimes they are word problems, there's less problems on a page. There aren't as many to work on anyway. So again, this is kind of practicing 11-2 and 11-3, but don't feel the need to go back into 11-2 and do some of that work, because you're really doing it again when you're in 11-3. It's very similar to that one, okay? I really think that's all you should be working on for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to combine a couple of things as well. Do your best and let me know if you want to have a math meet, okay?